Good morning, folks. This is Patrick, Comics and Collectibles. You know what? I just learned something new. After collecting statues for about 2 years, I learned a new word when it comes to statues, and that is recast, as in recasting a statue. One of my viewers brought this to my attention. I have done a couple of videos about the bust that you're looking at right now. I came across a I came across this bust on eBay, and it was selling for around $700 or so dollars. If you're familiar with this bust, you know that it goes for $2,000, maybe $3,000. And maybe a day or two after I saw that bust on eBay, I came across a 3D model of this same bust on another website. Once I uploaded the video, or once I published that video, the viewer made a comment, and he said that it was probably, hold on, hold on. I want to make this make sense. I want to make it clear. The viewer said that the bus for $700 was a recast. And so I started going down this rabbit hole trying to find out what a recast statue was. And this is what I found out. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, folks, I'm back. And as you can see, I'm not going to read word for word, but as you can see here, it defines what a recast is. It's something that's created by making a mold of the existing statue, and you make a new copy from that mold. So it's creating a replica of the original. The practices used, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Okay. Sometimes this is done illegally to replicate statues for commercial purposes without permission from the original artist. So after getting that comment from the viewer, I sent him back a reply asking him to explain to me what a recast was, because again, I had never heard of it until he mentioned it. And he said, I don't want to misquote him, but I think his comment said that it was basically a bootleg. And this definition here confirms what he said. So, okay, and I want to be clear. I don't want to get anything wrong and mislead anyone. The practice is often used. Sometimes, okay, keywords here I think are often and sometimes. So recasting is not always done illegally, if I'm reading this correctly. So I'm assuming or guessing maybe sometime these folks who do the recast, maybe they get permission, ? Not sure how all that works. Okay, and let's go on down further. Key points about a recast. Okay, primary function is to create exact copy. Okay. To make a recast, a mold is taken from the original and is used to cast new copies in the desired. Okay, this is another question that I asked the viewer. I asked him, was the recast authentic? I asked him, was it a bootleg? And I also asked him, was it made from the same material? And this here answers that third question. Sometimes I'm guessing it is made from the same material, but it can be made from a different type of material if I'm understanding this correctly. All right, let's look at some legal concerns. Okay, recasting can be legitimate. It can also be done illegally and unauthorized. Okay, and all right, I guess this answers my question. I guess I could have looked this up before I asked the viewer to tell me all about recasting. But sometimes I like to get answers from the people who, okay, let me say that a different way. Sometimes I like to get answers from real people instead of from online. Sometimes you look up stuff on Google, you don't always get the correct answer, or you can get bad information or old information. All right, and I guess to sum this up, folks, my big concern and what started me down this rabbit hole in the first place was I was thinking that maybe the $700 bus that I saw on eBay was a 3D model. And as we all know, a 3D model is, what is the word, resin? A 3D model, I believe most of the time, if not all the time, a 3D model is made from resin, which is a type of plastic material. And my big concern was this guy was maybe trying to sell a 3D model and pass it off as the actual real statue, which is made of polystone, I believe. And so turns out that may not be the case. So I guess in the end, if this is a recast, that I don't want to say it's a good thing, because I don't know if the person made this recast legally or illegally. I don't know that information. So I guess a recast is better than getting a 3D model being passed off as the real thing. All right, folks, I hope all of that made sense. If it doesn't, please leave a comment. I would like to continue this conversation. This is something new to me, and I always try to make this channel about learning things and also entertaining folks. So if we can continue the discussion, I would like that very much. Thanks for watching this video, and thank you for supporting the channel.